Good afternoon and welcome to Follow Your Brush, where I explore all kind of different ideas and adventures in watercolor world and welcome you to join me. My name is Pam and I have a Facebook page called Follow Your Brush where we have members from all over the world, literally, and you're welcome to check us out over there as well. Doesn't have to just be watercolor, it can be any medium that you choose. And we share what we're doing and tips and tricks. And today I'm going to make a Christmas card. So I have found a way that I have been enjoying doing these. And this is a Fumui brush that I got with a set of a collection, artist collection of brushes. I'm going to do a thing later on Fumui brushes because someone had requested that. But this is a synthetic squirrel. It's kind of a mop brush, but I have found it does really well for doing this little thing that I've been wanting to do and making Christmas cards. Kind of smush it down a little bit so it's doesn't have that tip. It's kind of smushy. And today I'm using some colors from Rosa Gallery. Has some nice greens, and so I wanted to try that. So I've already spritzed them and gotten them wet a little bit. And what I'm going to do, this is dry paper. On this side I have some masking fluid. I'm waiting for it to dry. And then what I've been doing is just coming in here with this smushy brush and making some, just making some marks. Kind of make it look like a little tree branches maybe. Get smaller as it goes up. You can add some to the sides. Isn't that kind of cool? I kind of like that. Let me wet this, clean that a little bit more. I want a little bit of a darker color. Let me come back into this a little bit. Smush it up. Smush, smush. So there's no tip on here, no real technique other than just smush that brush and let it play. I'm going to try to leave some room at the top if I want to put a little ornament up there. Then what I've been doing, I'm really having fun with, is let that dry just a speck. Clean my brush. This brush also has a really nice tip on it. I don't really have that clean enough. Probably need some better water. Let me open another water here. So I have a dirty water and a clean water. That's what we say to do, right? Okay, I must have really saturated that thing. Okay. I'm gonna get that nice tip on here. And then I'm gonna go back into my colors and I'm gonna decorate my tree. And what I'm looking for is the little spaces in between the marks that I made with the smushy brush, but now I'm going to use the tip, and this one does have a nice tip. So I'm going to take a little red and I'm going to look for the spaces in between the branches, just like we would if we're decorating a tree, and come in here and just put some little ornaments here and there. That was kind of a square one. Put one up here too. These are a little big today. I wanted them a little bit smaller, but that's okay. There we go. That's a smaller one. Really doesn't matter. It's just the fun of making a handmade Christmas card that you can share with someone and just send a little bit of Christmas love to somebody. And it always means more when it's something handmade, I think. Let me get into some blue here. Put some blue ornaments on it. It's a matter of getting my hand in the right position. And let's put one up here. Just kind of bring some life to this little Christmas tree. I know it's not even Thanksgiving yet, but you know, if you're going to send some cards with the Postal Service the way it is, now's probably the time to send them, right? Clean that off. Oh, let me see if I have a pretty gold. Actually, the gold, I'm going to come in here to my yellow. I think that might show up a little bit better. Or maybe not. Maybe I need a little bit, something a little bit darker. I can always go back and darken the branches. That would be an option to make that show up a little bit. But just a fun little Christmas card that you can make and send, and it's just so easy. What I did with my ones that I did yesterday is I came back in with some kind of diluted with water, some yellow, to kind of do a background, just kind of make it shimmer a little bit. And yeah, I'm just going to go back in here to where that yellow is. I know it doesn't make sense, but I'm just going with the flow. And if we add it with some green, oh my goodness, I just made a mess. But let's go for it and see what it looks like. There we go. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. And, you know, I'm just going to be happy. I'll come back. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to come back in with some more green. Let me come over here to this side. This is I put some masking fluid on, and hopefully you can see perhaps where it is. And I did it with a toothpick in the shape. Oh, actually, no, I didn't. I didn't use a toothpick today. I used a pipette. I used a little pipette. Sucked in some of the masking fluid, and then I put it on my page. And for this side, what I want to do is I'm going to spray this first. What do I do with my spray bottle? Here it is. I'm going to spray this first. Get some puddles. I didn't really want a lot of puddles. I just want a kind of a light dispersed spray. On the bottom, it's actually not going to matter. And then I'm going to come in here with this same brush. And I'm going to come in with some blue. And I'm just going to kind of drop it in. Well, actually, that looks like it's purple, doesn't it? That's okay. We can have a purple tree. I'm going to drop this in here and let it disperse with my spray. Bring some of this down here because I got way too much up here. So this is a wet on wet tree. And coming in here to this purple that I thought was blue, because I didn't check my colors. I'm just going to let this dry. And I might even move it around just a bit and let it kind of do what it wants to do. Let's bring it down some. I love to watch the pigment flow. That's one of the things I love about watercolor. And I think this is going to make a pretty tree. I'm going to come back up, and I'm just going to let it take the route that it wants to take. And as it does that, okay, we'll go out on the side a little bit. The left side went out a little bit, so let's do the right. It's going to diffuse into that water. And I think it's just going to be, it's pretty. I like when it does that. Bring some up here too. Then when I take my masking fluid off, you know, it may or may not be something I like. Kind of has a way of doing that when I play with masking fluid. I'm not always really sure if I'm going to like it or not. But like I say, we're just playing, and I just dumped my masking fluid onto myself because I didn't put it in a safe place. All right, let's kind of mop some of these puddles up. I don't really want those. And just kind of let this do its thing. Let that Christmas tree go. And we'll let that dry. I'm going to come back over here because this is dry now. And I'm going to add some more green to this because I don't like what I did when I added that other color. So now that it's dry, come back in here and I'm going to smushy smush. And I'm just going to add some more green. Smush, smush. That's my technique for the day. Smush, smush your brush. And let it just make some branches. That dark color actually doesn't look that bad because it kind of looks a little bit, it gives it an idea of a tree. That maybe it's the tree branches or some of the dark in the tree. I'm not going to keep going because my tendency is to overdo, and then I really, really, really have a mess because yeah, like that. Like spilling my masking fluid. I'll put that up where I can't do that. And there's a Christmas tree. You can add more to it, or you can let it stay as is. Let's add another color here. Just increase some red here. And you can mail it in an envelope or use it as a postcard. I don't like to send my paintings as postcards because I'm always afraid that, you know, they're going to mess it up. Add a little bit more. Let's do some blue here. I thought that was blue, but it was purple. And just have a nice little Christmas tree. So there you go. There's one way. This way is still drying. the other thing I want to do to this one, and I may mess it up. I did that yesterday when I was trying this. But I'm going to add a little salt to it. And then I'm going to dry it, and we'll take off some of this masking fluid. Just a little bit. You kind of want to do it when it's just a little damp, but not shiny, if that makes sense. And then that will dry, and the salt absorbs the pigment, so it'll give us kind of a little twinkly effect. And if I do or do not like my masking fluid, so I'm going to turn on my dryer here quickly. You want to be careful if you are drying masking fluid, because the heat can make it actually adhere to your paper. I'm using a good old school blow dryer from the bathroom that I use for my hair, but it has a cool setting, so I can dry my painting and not have the high heat. So that's what we're going to do. So just hang on a second as I do this very quickly. And there we go. It's already dry. And look at what the salt did. You see that? See how nicely that came out? The little textures from the salt. This one's still a little bit dry, so I'm not going to touch that. But this is dry. Oh, well, still a little cool to the touch. If it's cool to the touch, then it's not completely dry. And you don't want to take your masking fluid off until it's dry, or you'll kind of mess up your paper. So give me one more swoosh. Okay, I think we got it this time. That feels dry now. It's no longer cool. If it's cool to the touch, then you know it's still damp. So now I can get to my masking fluid. And I use one of these rubber eraser things, picker-upper thing. I don't know what it's called. It helps to remove the masking fluid. And there you can kind of see our tree. And if you don't like what your masking fluid did, you can come back in and paint over it, which I actually might do a little bit. I don't want to make this a long video, but let me take a look at this. I do like the salt sprinkles. And let me think of another color that might go well with this purple. Or I may just come back in with the purple. I think what I'm going to do, this is like totally on the spot. I'm going to smush this again. I'm going to go back into that same purple, but I'm going to smush it like I did on this one, just to kind of get some leaf branch marks. I'm still leaving some of that where I did the masking, but I also have the spots from the salt. And there we have a little glowing purple Christmas tree. So that'll work too. Whatever you like. You could do pink. I mean, you can do whatever you want. It's your creation. and nobody's going to have one like it. So I like that. I am going to come back with just a wet brush. Just kind of soften some of this up. Bring some of that soft purple into the background. I like soft edges and that effect that it gives. So there you go. There's 2 little Christmas trees for you. And as this dries, it will obviously dry lighter. They always dry lighter than what you expect when you first put it on. So there we go. 2 little Christmas trees you can make easily in just a few minutes and send to friends. And I'm going to be back with a review of some Famui travel brushes. So stay tuned for that video as well. That's a Because You Asked video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.